Hey guys, welcome back to the Not Only Carrot Show here on YouTube. I'm Leah and today I'll be making sultana cookies, what we in Australia call bickies. Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, you're going to need a large bowl and some stirring implements to get going with your cookies today. Make sure your oven is preheated as well to about 180 degrees Celsius. You'll also need a baking tray and your parchment paper, your baking paper. And yeah, let's just jump straight in. We're going to grab 2 cups of stone ground whole wheat flour today. You can use spelt flour as well, or wholemeal if you can't get your hands on the stone ground whole wheat. We'll add into that 3/4 of a cup of rapadura, which is today's sweetener. Rapadura is actually evaporated cane juice, and you're welcome to sub in raw sugar or brown sugar if you don't have any rapadura. And we need our rising agent, so we're going to grab a couple of teaspoons of baking powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and make sure that is really well combined. If you see any lumps with your rapadura or your baking powder, just pat them out with the back of your wooden spoon. And once that's all combined, we can add in our wet ingredients. Today, I'm going to be using a 1/2 cup of rice bran oil, which you can also sub with canola oil or vegetable oil. And we will be using 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Actually, it's vanilla extract. Yep, that's a very big teaspoon. We'll use a little teaspoon, shall we? All right, pop that in there. And also a 1/4 cup of water. Depending on which of the sugars that you used, you may need a little extra water. So for me, I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup and may need to add a little extra. But as you add extra water, make sure you're only adding, say, 2 teaspoons at a time, because the mixture gets very wet very fast. I just realized I left my poor little sultanas out. Here we go. We're going to put in 1/3 cup of sultanas. They are dried grapes. I had someone actually ask me in my 50-cent vegan lunchbox challenge comments, what are sultanas? So sultanas are dried grapes. If you can't get your little mittens on the dried grapes on these sultanas, and you're welcome to use chopped dates, or you can even use raisins. And yeah, if you haven't seen that 50-cent vegan lunchbox challenge video, I joined in with Under the Median, and the sultana cookie featured in one of my lunchboxes. See if you can figure out which was my 50-cent lunchbox. All right, as you can see, once I've stirred these ingredients in, they have a crumbly appearance, and that is totally fine. So just scrape off what you can, make sure you've got clean fingers. And you can use a little bit of water. I've just got a little bit of water here in my bowl, and if you pat that over your hands, it stops the mixture from sticking too much to your hands. Stir it through, just crumble it through to make sure you've got that all really well combined. Today it actually feels quite good. I don't know if I'm going to need any extra water, but if it's ever too crumbly and won't hold together, just, yeah, as I said, add, say, 1 or 2 teaspoons of water at a time and crumble it through again. So when I showed that biscuit in the episode, it was roughly about this big, and I made 18 of those out of this particular batch of this recipe. So if you want to have that size, we're going to take about this much mixture, and I like to press it in my hand, sort of fold it up, and I press the ends in at the same time. This is my procedure. Ends in, I squeeze it really tightly, so it ends up kind of looking a bit like a cylinder, and then I squash it flat with my hands. So that's how I make my cookie shape, and I place it on there. So that's pretty much how I shape them. If you want to go like really monster cookie and get like a Subway cookie, you could like cram a couple of them together. But make sure if you do a really big cookie, number one, that every cookie on your baking paper is the same size, because they'll obviously take a little longer to cook, but you want them to cook evenly throughout the whole biscuit, so don't make them too fat if you're going to make monster cookies. All right, I'm going to finish these off, guys, and then I'm going to let you know about the cooking. Okay guys, I have prepared my tray of cookies, and today it made 15 with a little itty baby one. So cute. Okay. So you can make them a little smaller if you want 18, or as I said, if you want monster ones, then yeah, you can have less again. But yeah, just spread them out evenly once you've flattened them down. They will spread a little bit, so you don't want them touching sides, but if they do, it's not the end of the world. So there we go, I'm gonna pop that into the oven now. You're gonna need to cook the cookies for a total of about 15 minutes. If you like crunchy cookies, you can cook them to 18 to 20 minutes. Keep an eye on them though, I don't want them to burn. And my oven's a little bit finicky, so I've got to put them on the top and then rotate them around and sometimes put them on the bottom. So just have a play with your oven, but generally it's around 15 to 18 minutes to get a nice crispy on the outside and slightly chewy on the inside cookie. Ooh, the cookies are ready. Okay guys, I've finished my baking, and if I can avoid them sliding, I will. There you are. Ooh, don't they look so nice? Ooh. Yeah, they're gonna slide. Anyway, there you go, that's the cookies. They're really yummy, delicious. I'll pick one up so you can see one, but I'm not gonna use my fingers because I'm gonna get burnt. I'm gonna use my super skinny spatula. This is featured in one of my previous episodes about handy kitchen tools that every vegan should have. So check that video out as well. But there you go. There's one of my little cookies. Can you see it? Oh, it's hot. They are really delicious. They have a lovely crunch, plus they're full of that whole food goodness with the sultanas and the stone ground whole wheat flour. And I really love them. You can see this one's got some lovely sultanas poking out the top there. So I hope that you enjoy this recipe as much as I enjoyed making it. And I'm just going to show you a little sultana cookie trick. Hang on 2 seconds. Okay guys, I actually just finished shooting another episode. It'll be coming out shortly. This is vegan carob ice cream. It is really, really yummy as well. Now this is a little trick that my husband actually taught me. What you do is, what do we do? We'll pick one of these ones. Is you take your little cookie. Normally, by the way, I do leave these to sit for a little while on the counter and they harden up over about 10 minutes. But this one's just come straight out of the oven, so it's a little bit hot. But you crumble them over the top. They do get a little more crumbly than this once they're actually have been left to sit for a while. And then you eat your ice cream like that with these crunchy, crumbly bits of biscuit in there. So thank you so much for being with me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my yummy sultana cookies recipe, and make sure you check out the other videos here at our Not Only Carrots channel. And you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming videos, guys, so make sure you click on that bell, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And also, if you haven't already, grab a copy of my cookbook. We love your support here at Not Only Carrots. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.